Would you like to work closer to home, save money on gas, and be rewarded for your hard work and attendance? Then Bellisio Foods is looking for you. That's right, Bellisio Foods is now hiring for multiple positions and shifts with great employee benefits, an on-site health clinic, competitive wages, and advancement opportunities. Bellisio Foods is a company that truly values their employees. Apply online at BellisioFoods.com/careers.
The Jackson County Fair Board, in conjunction with Total Media, proudly present Neil McCoy. Neil McCoy. Saturday, July 15th at the Jackson County Fair. VIP track access seats now available for only $30, which includes admission to the fair. Get tickets now at JacksonCooHfair.com or at the Total Media Studios in Jackson.
Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the morning show right here on Main Street TV. And it is a beautiful, sunshiny, kind of cold Tuesday.
Sunny. I think it's supposed to get warmer today.
I think it is.
Thank goodness.
And my heart is so much warmer because Carman is here in the studio today.
Well, now you're warming my heart. Aww. Is that how you do that?
Yeah. I think. I don't know. Is this what you do, Dylan? The heart thing?
Must be.
Okay, yeah,
nice.
Something like that. But no, Marc Carman here in the studio, and I asked him to come be our guest today. And
it's been a while, about a month.
It has been a while, but you don't know why I asked you to come here.
Yeah, you did. You just said, "Hey, can you come today?"
Yeah, and you didn't ask why. That was dumb.
I think this sounds like donation time.
You should know better than to trust me. No, I'm just kidding. No, we wanted to come invite you on and congratulate you for being named Grand Marshal of this year's Jackson Apple Festival.
Well, thank you. Hey, it's I feel very honored. That was Brian Davis called me there a couple weeks ago and asked me if I'd do it. And I said, well, sure, yeah, that's a great honor. And I'm very happy to do it for Jaffa and for the, Jackson's such a great town. I love the Apple Festival. Always have. Some people gripe about it, but I think it's a great place and have a good time for the city. And I'm very honored, really. It's pretty cool.
That would be a cool honor.
My guys went golfing here last week, and they congratulated me, and they hassled me all week about it.
I'll bet they did. Did they get you like a sash or anything?
They were thinking about that, so I said, well, when I'm going through the parade, I'm sure they're going to throw cans at me.
Dude, you're going to get so much harassment.
So far, it's all been good harassment. It's all been good harassment. So I said, well, one thing about vacation, I've been practicing my wave. Yeah, is that how you do it?
I don't know.
I don't either, really. But no, that's pretty cool. I'm very honored to be Jaffa's great organization and looking forward to it.
Well, and I know that they think long and hard every year about who they're going to select as Grand Marshal and to represent the city, and I can't think of anybody better than you. So
I appreciate it. I've had a lot of people tell me that.
It's really good. You do so much for the community, and you donate all kind of cars and stuff for the parades.
We've done a lot of good stuff over the since I've been in business. Cars. Helped Kiwanis. Kiwanis is a great organization. Got a lot of good things going on. I've worked with them and Jaffa. The parade car every year. And my parade car didn't quite make it through the parade last year.
I heard about that.
Had a major breakdown there in a major way. I said, we've been doing this for a long time, so once in a while you got to have an issue, and then we all kind of laughed about it. I felt kind of bad about it, but
hey, the Grand Marshal got to ride on the Queen's float. It was fine.
It all worked out good. It might happen again this year.
You never know. They're going to be like, we're going to break his car down on purpose and leave his butt alongside the road since he did that to us last year.
Oh, that's crazy. No, it was really kind of funny. I kept looking for the Grand Marshals for the car, and I said, where's it at? And then I saw the Grand Marshal on the Queen's float. I thought, uh-oh, something happened. So it made about 5 or 6 blocks, at least broke down in a good place.
Pull over to the side of the road. Yeah, if you don't know, Carman always provides some cars for
For the parade.
the parade, and the Grand Marshal always rides on one of your cars and whatever, and it kind of broke down about halfway through the Saturday night parade.
Yeah, things happen. Like I say, there are used cars.
Hey, they are.
It can happen to a new car.
That's right. That's right. No, I think that's really cool, and we just wanted to give you a shout out and tell you
I
how
appreciate it.
happy we are for you. And
I'm really looking forward to it. I don't want to see the summer disappear, but
I know, but see, you have plenty of summer to practice your wave.
yeah.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of people come up and congratulate me, my neighbors, and all kinds of stuff. And
We'll get you a little crown or a little apple crown or
they
something.
They called me the Grand Poopah over
Yeah.
at the golf tournament, or when we were playing golf last week. So a lot of good stuff happening on that. A lot of good stuff.
Well, I think, Dylan, did you do a little montage of the Apple Festival so that we can...
I found one.
Oh,
Oh,
he found one. So we were... Dylan's been, practicing all of his,
magic.
running the show skills.
Cool.
So do you want to play? Let's play, and we're going to go through the Apple Festival, and you can tell us like what your favorite things are and what my favorite things are.
Well, food is.
I know, right?
Food is always the top.
It is good. So that would be something that you and I would barf about, but really cool.
Well, look at that.
What is that?
That's it.
Looked like some sort of, I don't know,
bowl.
cow? Bowl, yeah.
Yeah, bowl. Fun time at the arcade. Remember doing that when I was a kid. Used to go to the arcade.
The arcade, yeah.
Arcades
That's
are
always a good time. Hey, there's
arcades
the
are
old...
always fun. I still like playing the games. It's funny. You
I
go
know.
into a shopping center or something like that, and you see an arcade. You say, well, I'm gonna pop over there for a minute while the kids or family are doing something.
Yeah,
So,
shopping. I always like those car games where there's the Wheel of Love.
you put your hand on there and tells you the future of your love.
No, I always like those car games that you get to drive and wreck,
Those are
and
cool.
and it's a lot of fun.
Now they got golf games now like that now. They got all kinds of cool games out anymore.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Whoever took this montage, I think loves this.
How funny.
Was this you did that?
No, where'd you find this?
I found it on YouTube
Oh, this could be from like 1982. We don't know.
6 months ago.
Oh, okay.
Well, it probably was last
The
Apple
Wheel of
Festival.
Love.
The Wheel of Love.
So, no, what is your favorite part of the Apple Festival, Carman?
Well, food is. I always did like the parades. The
Yeah.
I've always enjoyed the parades. Watching the kids go through. My grandkids have been going through here lately, and of course, the Wednesday night parade is always cool, and of course, Saturday night the biggest parade. I mean, it's always nice, hang out, and the cool thing about the Apple Festival, you got a lot of people that come in from out of town.
That's right.
And friends and
They're smoking
family
butts.
come
That's
in
good.
from out of town. It's always cool.
Yeah, inevitably you run into somebody that you haven't seen in
For
forever.
a long time. An old classmate or somebody like that, or family friends, or somebody hasn't come in. So that's always cool. And it's just a good time, really. You make it what you want. And of course, the food you can't beat.
That's right. Lots of great local food too, which is fantastic.
I'm out on that. I'm out
Oh,
on that
my.
right there.
Yeah, that was a strange ride.
Yeah, that was
Crazy. That just
crazy dance.
Oh,
That's
boy.
the one that goes up and down.
Oh
This is
yeah,
the
no,
back
I'll
end of
pass.
it.
Thanks.
No,
That
I'm
just
not-
seems like I would just get really sick. But I'm sure it's fun if you have a good stomach.
And of course, you can't beat the ice cream there.
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
Hello. You always, it's so funny.
Sugar galore on those good
Yes,
ice cream.
that's right. You got to stop by Michael's and have a bubble all the time, but especially during the Apple Festival,
yeah.
especially if you come in from out of town.
Apple cider, apples, you name it, apple pie. Remember the huge apple pie way back in the day?
Way back in the day.
They cooked that at General Mills, didn't they?
I think they cooked it at Marilat, didn't they?
Well, I don't know. They cooked it somewhere, and it was a gigantic
See, I think that
pie.
was a little before my time.
Yeah, that was way back when, and they had that big apple pie, biggest apple pie I've ever seen. Never. Of course,
We
it's
should
not
do
like,
that again.
It's like, yeah, really, we should. That should be something to celebrate.
Yeah.
To do a big apple pie like that, but we did. If we had our cell phones back then, just think about all the pictures would have been taken in the 60s and 70s and 80s and so far.
Yep, you're
The
right.
thing today about cell phones today, you see, there's so many cool pictures and videos of everything. Report
Sometimes
history.
pictures you don't want to be out there.
True. I got a few of those floating around.
Don't do anything you're not supposed to do because somebody's probably videoing it.
I guarantee you.
But no, that's the Apple Festival is so much fun.
Oh, it
and
is.
You're right. It is what you make of it. You can either complain about it that it's a little bit of a hassle and it's hard to find parking and whatever, or you can embrace it and just.
Well,
it's a fun week. Oh, Goodyear. Mark says Goodyear.
Goodyear
cooked it.
The cool thing about the Apple Festival, it brings a lot of people into town, brings a lot of business in, but also has a lot of things for your kids to do.
Sure.
The rides and all the contests they have. And I mean, there's so many things for kids to do and for families. That's what's really nice about it.
Yeah. Thank you, Mark, for letting us know. Goodyear's where they bake the pie.
Goodyear was making the big, that was a huge pie. That was gigantic.
Yeah, and I know that happened, but I don't ever remember it. I'm sure it was during my time, but I just don't.
Oh, it was cool.
Remember.
It was a gigantic pie.
That's awesome. Did someone eat it? Like they sell pieces of it?
I don't know whatever they did do with it after that. I just remember it being downtown and you saw it and it was cool and
that's awesome.
They had it for the week there and of course that's one thing I remember. Of course, when my dad had the car dealership where your future endeavor is going to be at.
Yeah.
We used to watch the parade right there.
Yeah.
And my dad put a big light across the street on the pole, and we'd watch the parade there.
That's so cool. So he actually lit the parade so that everybody could see it on that block.
Yeah. That's how we started watching the parade when we first came in Jackson in '69. And right across the street, when you put a big light up there, and then you only use that light during the Apple Festival. And it brightened up the street a little bit, and everybody got to watch the parade from right there.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's one thing that I've had so many people say, "Oh my gosh, Apple Festival! Your place is going to be right on the Apple Festival parade route." I'm like, "Oh yeah, it is, isn't it?"
And get your bathroom, get ready to go.
I'm going to put a pay toilet in that week.
Yeah, pretty good idea.
$1 a person.
I don't know how many people come in and say, "Hey, can I use your bathroom?" I said, "Sure."
Whatever.
But that was always fun. But it kind of messed our business up a little bit, but not bad. We weren't like on the main drag, and if you're on the main drag, it kind of messes you up a little bit as far as parking. But there's always a place to find a park.
Oh yeah, it's it's not hard, and the good thing about that is you have the Boy Scouts. So just find a Boy Scout; they're going to tell you where to park.
Where to park? Yeah.
So,
West.
Oh,
West
thank you,
Bank,
Barbara. She says so happy to salute you as Grand Marshal. Yeah.
You got West Banco, the old Milton Bank down there at the bank. I think they got parking down there.
Yeah, CVS. I mean, all of the lots around the municipal lot in the middle of town.
There's
I mean,
right
right across from
the
building. So there's all kind of different places to park.
It's one of the cool. Yeah, it's just all kinds of places you can park. Churches, whatever.
Absolutely. So did they tell you, they're like, okay, here's your list of duties for the week? Have they broke that to you yet?
They haven't broke that down to me yet. He just came in and asked me if I would do it. And I said, sure, be happy to. I'm honored. And so that's all I know right now. So.
And they said, would you please provide a car that doesn't break down in the parade?
Well, we laughed about that a little bit.
That is a hoot. That's some pretty funny stuff.
The cool thing about we also loan them vehicles for when the Queens go out of town too. So we help them out on that stuff. So it's it's all well worth it. Great organization, great people, and hopefully we don't give them anything that breaks down when the Queens are going through the main drag, but. That was just a once in a fluke deal.
Yeah, that was. It was just everybody can giggle about that.
Oh, you got to laugh about. Shoot, what else can you do?
Exactly.
They said that what happened was it was going fine. All of a sudden, the speedometer, everything jumped all around and just quit. And I said, well, that's weird. So we found out. I think it was the alternator was bad.
That sounds right.
So it's crazy. Crazy things happen.
Yes, they do, but it gives a fun story to talk about later.
Oh yeah, shoot, you make it what you want. You know, if you can't laugh about it, why do it?
So I think that since you're the Grand Marshal of this year's Apple Festival, that you should have to participate in, all the contests, like the lip sync contest, and you could get up there and sing and dance. You and Sandy, maybe?
Well, Sandy definitely wouldn't do it. I would do it. I got more kahutas than she's got. Well, I wouldn't do that.
They're probably going to make you peel apples.
I'll get her to bob for apples.
There you go.
I'll watch and she can bob.
Yeah. You can't push her head down in there and hold it down there. No.
Have you ever bobbed for apples?
I have. Oh, so fun story. When I was in 4-H and we used to show horses and stuff, at the end of every fair, we used to have a fun show.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And so there's so many funny things that happen during the fun show, but like you would have like the egg and spoon where they would give you like a flat wooden spoon and you'd have to like ride your horse and hold the egg in the spoon. And
that
like,
would be tough.
It's so hard.
Oh, I bet
well, it's hard
that
to hold an egg in a flat spoon anyway, let alone on your horse.
That?
Just very carefully. And so then we would have all of these different races. Like there would be the catalog race where they'd put, back when we had the Sears catalog.
So, yeah.
They'd put the catalog at the end of the arena on a barrel, and you'd run your horse down, jump off of it, and they'd give you a page of the catalog, and you had to tear it out, like find it, tear it out, jump back on your horse, and run back. They would do apple bobbing, so you'd have to run your horse down, leap off your horse, stick your head in the thing, bob for an apple, and then jump back on your horse and run back. So
I
that's
bet getting the page out of Sears catalog was tough.
Well, it was really tough. And one year I had this horse. Her name was Cass, and she was wild. And when I mean wild, she was fearless.
Right.
She actually came from Bob Evans's ranch.
Oh, really?
She
Cool.
she was bred to be a reining horse, but we ended up turning her into something else, into a hunt seat horse and whatever. She was beautiful, but she was fearless. And so she had that cow horse thing in her, so that breeding. So she would work cattle. She would do all this stuff. So I was on there one day, and the thing was, so she would jump anything. Like,
really?
Yeah. So if you're, just put a fence in front of her, she would jump it because she just was fearless. So I go flying down the end of the arena on Cass, and I go to jump off Cass, and we just go over the barrel. The standing up barrel just.
That's when.
Luckily, I stayed on enough to land and then jump off the horse. But yeah, she just didn't care, man. We just jumped right over top of that standing barrel.
Well, hopefully they don't have like that anything for me doing during the Apple Festival, ride a horse.
So I think that this is a fair thing that we should start putting that in the Apple Festival.
That's pretty cool.
Horse contest.
Yeah.
But yeah, but this year's catalog was fun, and we did apple bobbing too and all that stuff. But costume contests and all that. But
did you ever win any of that?
Oh, I'm sure I did. I don't remember.
The egg thing?
Oh, never the egg thing. I'm not that coordinated.
Oh, can you imagine they're walking with an egg on top of a flat spoon? How big was it? Was it big or?
It's just a cooking spoon, and they're flat, so.
That's crazy.
And so the people that had the Tennessee walking horses always had an advantage because they're real super smooth.
Okay.
So that was never.
So
was always we're bouncing around and they're just like glass. But so yeah, that was never a contest. But
that you were a loser on that one.
Yeah, oh, definitely.
Everything
big
else
loser
you
on
were a
that
winner,
one.
but that one you didn't.
Definitely a big loser. Your only strategy was to stand up in your stirrups so that you could somehow kind of have that balance. But it still didn't work.
Great memories.
Yes, absolutely though. But jumping over the barrel, it was one of those where the whole crowd went. Yeah. But hey, we made it.
Did anybody ever fall? I'm sure that's.
Oh yeah, we got it. Oh yeah, you'd go to jump off your horse and get your foot stuck in the stirrup and get drug, and everybody just laughed about it. Today it wouldn't be so funny, but back then we all thought it was hilarious. Yes, Dylan.
So it took me a few minutes, but I found the pie pan.
Ooh, there it is.
Holy moly!
I told you it was a huge pie.
Holy. goodness.
And that was filled with apples back in the day. Wow. With a nice crust on top of it.
That is crazy.
I think, and I can't remember exactly, but I think it was
Thanks, Dylan.
I think, yeah, that's cool. I think it was around 1,000 pounds or something.
I'll
like
bet.
That. I'm kind of guessing, but
Well, how did you transport? How'd they transport that sucker? Is what I want to know.
that I don't know.
Very carefully.
Very carefully.
Hey, I think that they said that the Grand Marshal had to figure that out.
What's that?
How to transport that pie.
Oh, well, yeah, I don't.
There
know
you
how to
go.
do it. Eat it.
Oh, you just want to eat it.
Eat it, child. I gotta eat it all. I don't really
No
know what
doubt.
they probably did with that thing after
know.
said and done. They probably just threw it away, I would say.
Probably.
But it
after it sat there for a week, it probably wouldn't
It
be
probably
the best.
it was probably a little on the tilt side. You know?
Yeah. So, what is your favorite Apple Festival food?
The chicken noodles. Yeah. Up there, you can't beat the chicken and noodles.
I have
That's
to
good
say,
stuff.
the chicken and noodles, and then the deep fried pizza rolls.
Those are really good. Yeah, I've always had those, and of course
Yeah.
the veal. That's
Yeah.
always good. That's all the food downtown is good.
It is.
I've had hot dogs. I've had a little bit of everything down there. Of course, I've stayed away from the sugar for the last few years.
Yeah.
Because I'm too sweet.
I know. It's hard when you're so sweet already. You
Yeah.
can't eat sugar.
And that diabetic stuff just doesn't work, does it?
No.
But the cotton candy was, way back when the cotton candy was pretty cool.
Yes.
Did you eat a lot of cotton candy?
Yeah, but I don't anymore. I don't eat sugar either, honestly.
Yeah.
So, funny story, Jamie and I were working on some recipes for the new place when we get that open, if we ever get that open. And
You will.
and so one of the things we were working on, here's a spoiler alert, we were working on pancake balls.
Oh,
It's a thing now. And so we made some pancake balls on Sunday. And of course, I mean, if you make them, you have to eat them, right?
Well, of course.
And we don't really eat sugar anymore. And both of us ate like 4 of them. They're only like that big, like little mini donuts almost. And we were both like, oh, like
Stomach
so
ache.
sick. I'm like, never again. Next time I decide to do this, tell me not to eat it.
See, you got to have those with sugar-free. See?
Yeah.
Don't load on with too much sugar. Just and dip it in sugar-free syrup.
There you go. I never
There
thought
you go.
about doing
Yeah.
that. Okay.
Instead of regular syrup, have 2 kinds. You got the regular kind and this sugar-free syrup.
Yeah, it was a killer.
Oh, I'll tell you what, I love pancakes. When I go down south to Hilton Head, there's this little place called Southern Coney. They got the best pancakes.
Really?
He's got his own mixture and whatever. They're expensive, but boy, they are good.
Good.
And
Yeah, so yeah, there you go, pancakes.
so you're going to have pancakes at the future location.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Pancake balls.
Pancake
They're really
ball.
fun. Yeah, they're kind of like a Danish thing.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, a little appetizer or something like that. After you
Good
have,
for brunch.
yeah. Good after you have something for lunch or whatever, and something to taste up your tasting buds a little bit.
There you go. So just a little hint of things to come, perhaps.
We'll take a lot of pictures of your place because I only had 1 picture of that place.
So
of
yeah,
all those years.
So I'm glad you're here. That's so funny because you and I were talking about it, and I want to pay homage to that building. And what we're talking about is the former commissioners, board of elections building, former YMCA, former car
Carman's,
dealership.
And there was another one before us. I think it was Ed Jones and Runyon. I think originally it came out as a garage for cars.
Yeah.
Originally.
So we bought the building where the commissioners were and all of these other businesses. And if any of you out there know of or have any pictures, we would love. And so I called Carman. I was like, hey, do you have any pictures of when this was a car lot? And he's like, 1.
It is unbelievable. I went through all my dad's pictures.
Isn't that crazy?
Dad and mom's pictures. I found 1 picture of the car lot. I couldn't
So
believe it. I
funny.
was so in shock. But as we were saying, back in the day, we didn't have
We
didn't
didn't
walk
have cell
around with
phones and
cell
st-
phones
yeah.
and things like that. But I do have another picture that Greg Fields gave me, and I forgot all about it. I'll make a copy and give it to you.
Okay.
It's actually, if I remember, it's somebody with a couple of horses in front of it.
Oh, okay.
Or a car. I can't remember. I have to look it up.
Okay.
Just when you said that we were talking about, I just remembered it. That thing's covered up. I remember I put it on my stand, but it's kind of covered up with stuff.
With stuff.
I'll digger it
So,
out.
but yeah, if anybody out there has any pictures, you know the building we're talking about, 275 Portsmouth Street here in Jackson. We would love to have kind of like a picture wall to pay homage to all of the you know,
history.
things, whether it was the YMCA or, you
Yeah.
know, whatever. Would love to kind of tell the history of the building.
You know, it's crazy. You think about all the different people been in and out of that picture,
Yeah.
of that building. That's kind of funny. I mean, I don't
Yeah.
know when that building was built.
I don't know.
That's you'd have to check with the records.
So you guys came in and what'd you say, 69?
69, and it was Glen Runyon Pontiac, and I think it was Pontiac Buick, and I think Ed Jones had it before him. So I'm not sure. I think that's who it was.
Okay.
And after that, I really don't know. It's kind of like I say. I just remember this one picture, and it's a really cool picture that Fields gave me.
Well, we need to, you know, get more pictures and find out if we can, if anybody out there has them, and then
Yeah.
we can.
Have your wall.
Our sweet James is kind enough to scan those in for us, and
Cool.
well, then we'll have them.
That's cool.
So yeah.
But that's. I mean, that is kind of funny about pictures, though. I mean, date that far back.
Way
It's-
back when you just didn't.
just didn't take pictures like they do today. I mean,
Yeah.
shoot, people take pictures of everything or videos. It's just it's amazing.
Yep. Yeah, there's too much information out there now.
Yeah, I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, if you think about it, you drive and travel, and everybody's got their cameras, and they go on the golf tournaments, and they showed a guy making a shot today. It was on YouTube. You know just all kinds of stuff, pictures of everything,
Everything.
anything and everything you can think of. Somebody's got a video of it.
That's right.
I don't care if I'm talking to you. They're probably videoing.
I know.
us.
I mean, we're making a video right now.
Right now, we're live. But we're live now.
That's exactly right. So, but no, so we wanted to have you come in and congratulate you on the Apple Festival deal. But also, you know, to talk about what else is going on. How's the Kiwanis Club? How's the car dealership?
The Kiwanis dealership, the Kiwanis
Now you
thing
can't
is just-
combine the two together.
Can't combine the two together. Things are starting to kick off for the summer now. They got, you know, reading around the world, and got the big thing coming up. They got the 3 scholarships they're going to be giving away here for Jackson, Wellston, and Oak Hill. So that's really something exciting for the kids for college. It's here before you know it.
You know, and that's what the Kiwanis Club is all about, is helping the kids.
Raising money for the kids.
Yeah.
And then we got the fundraiser for the golf tournament, which I'll be working on in June. It's July. It's I think July 7th, I think is the date for the
Okay.
golf tournament. So we'll be working on teams for that in June. That's a good fundraiser.
Okay.
And I'm trying to think of other things we got going on.
Well, you do 4th of July stuff, don't you?
Yeah, got the kids in the park deal going on 4th of July. I'm glad you brought that up. Got a lot. That's always.
I'm
a good
here
thing.
for you, man.
Yeah, that's always cool. And then after that, we come into the fall. Then you come into the Apple Festival. You got the 5K run.
Oh, yeah, you guys do that.
That brings a lot of cool runners in. I mean, you
Well-
know, it's funny. I stick out on a post and help direct some of the people when they're running those, and it's amazing how many families are running in there with their kids and pushing the buggies and all that.
Yeah, I
I'm
love
thinking,
that.
That is cool.
Make it a family affair.
Yeah, family affair. So that's a big thing. Brings a lot of people in town for the Apple Festival for that. So
Well, you failed to mention one of the big projects of the year.
spaghetti dinner. That's
No, before that. Coming up here soon. Downtown. Real pretty. It's real pretty.
Oh, the flowers.
Duh!
Duh. Shoot.
Carman!
Judy is gonna shoot
Judy
me.
Wiggins is going to pinch your head off.
I call this the Judy Project.
Yes.
It is really the coolest thing. I mean, if you look at our downtown area, and they'll be putting those out in May.
Yes. So they do the Kiwanis Club is the one that does all the big flower pots on the light poles down in downtown and waters them religiously. And
I think they're watered more.
Hi, Pete Wilson's out there.
They water those every day.
Yes.
That's amazing.
So if you see that little golf cart out.
I wish I could say I take any. Unfortunately, I don't do any of that. But
Well, I wish I could hire Judy to come take care of my flowers.
well, I tell you what, they got the green thumb on those things.
They
man.
do.
They really do. And they're water those religious.
Yes,
I don't
they
care
do.
if it rains or not. they're out there watering those things. And
Do a great job.
That's a big project. Other cities are doing that too now. I think
Yeah, and
I think Gallipolis is doing that.
yeah, I think they kind of kicked it off in our area, and it's just one of those things that a lot of people could say, why are they like, why? That's like such a, but it makes such a huge impact in the downtown.
It does. It really makes your downtown.
It just looks so pretty.
It does.
I
kind of agree with you. If you go to other cities, they're just blah, blah, blah. But if you come down to our downtown area, and our downtown area is really nice.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is. And those flowers just bring a little bit more magic to the city.
Exactly.
And Judy started doing that, I think, God, it's been a long time ago now. I think I can't even keep track now. It's probably been 10 years. I'll have to bring that up. I'm not really sure. But that's turned into a cool project. I'm glad. Hey, I bumped my head. I forgot all about that.
I got you, Judy. I love you. He doesn't. Marc Carman, you heard it here. Oh, God, JJ's outside.
Give me a hard time.
I'm scared. I'm scared of what he's going to do.
He's enough to make you scared.
Here he comes. Are you going to do something completely inappropriate now that Marc Carman's here?
I thought maybe he's going to do the shark like, who is that? Who is that at the door? The shark. The shark. The shark.
Who's
Can I say something?
Sure.
So,
Oh, God, here we go. I knew this was coming. Here he comes.
hey, I just want to say congratulations to this guy.
Oh, thank you.
Really being really serious, man. I mean,
I know, and this is hard for him.
no, it is because we cut up so much, and believe me. But I mean, this guy
Agreed.
is an American dream.
Yes.
I mean, I saw it with my own eyes. I had the
you got-
opportunity to work with him, and
Yep.
he deserves it. So I mean, I'm really
You
excited and happy, and so well done, buddy. Congratulations.
Thank you. You guys are making me blush this
So,
morning.
well, like I said, it was like when I seen that, I thought, what a cool thing.
I know.
I'm really
Same.
looking forward to it. I think it's really cool. I appreciate the Jaffa and the honor of it. And
Yeah.
hopefully I don't fall, my car doesn't break down when I go through the parade this year. And,
Well, like I said, American Dream, man.
Yes.
Started
Thanks,
out
man.
and I actually started with him
Yeah.
in a small little building over the Basil Oil building.
yeah, right
Yep.
there across the street from the baseball team.
Across from the baseball in the flood.
Yeah, the flood.
I remember going
That-
over there and taking pictures.
And the foul balls
Yeah.
for baseball this time of year.
Broke windshields.
Oh,
and
God, it was
dents in the
awful.
cars.
You
And,
know, and it just kept growing and growing, and
Yep.
look at him now.
It's
So,
crazy, man.
That's right.
Congratulations.
Thank
The
you, man.
American
I
Dream, and
appreciate
he deserves
that.
it. So.
He does,
There's
absolutely.
a good customer for him, too.
Oh,
Good
yeah,
customer.
by the way, I owe you. Yeah, I mentioned Ford Mustang. Guess what? My kid's driving now.
Ford Mustang.
You don't say anything to the car man about, hey, I might want this.
Yeah.
No,
The
you
fun-
do not. That is the truth.
Don't say anything about you wanting to buy because you will own it.
Because he
will
does.
come.
He
We
has
will
this
come.
this little knack for calling you and being like, "Hey, I just ran into the coolest car and I thought of you," and you're like, "Yeah, right.
Yeah, like I found one parked in my driveway.
Yeah, right." He takes his
That's
car
a
over
story
and parks
with
it in
the-
his
that's a-
driveway.
That was a story within a story. His father-in-law helped me out on that one. Thanks,
funny.
man. Appreciate it. Yeah, that was a funny story. We had a Mustang convertible, and he says his wife was interested in buying a Mustang convertible. He said, "I'll give you a case of beer if you take that out and drop it off in his driveway." I said,
Okay,
"Done." Done.
twist my arm.
I drove out there and pulled out there. Called. I said, "Hey, JJ, can I talk to your wife?" No. He wouldn't let me talk to her. I said, "Well, tell her car is out. Her future car is parked out in the driveway." That was funny. That was
It is pretty
hilarious.
good.
Oh, funny
well,
stories
you know
about
what?
selling cars. There's a lot of cool stories about
yeah.
selling cars and funny stories.
Oh man, it goes on forever.
Oh yeah, just like in your business, you just run into the darndest things. You think, how could that happen in a million years?
Yep.
You know, it's
Exactly.
funny.
Yeah. So good.
Fly by. But anyway, the Qantas is all cool. It's all
Yeah,
doing good.
you guys
and
do
looking
so
forward to
much,
it.
and I think that's awesome. And the scholarships and all that. So,
Yeah, that's
accepting new members.
all the time. All
So,
the time.
yeah.
We meet twice a month on Tuesdays, and have a nice little meeting, about half hour to an hour meeting.
Do you still meet out the assisted living, or where do you meet now?
I think it's been out to the hospital. I think it's been out to the church. They moved it around a little bit.
Okay.
So it's all cool.
So find a Kiwanis member and ask them where the next meeting is if you're interested.
We will get you hooked up.
Yeah.
Great organization. Volunteer your time to help raise money for the kids, and it is just a lot of fun. And not that if you can't go to every meeting, that's the cool thing about it. You're just looking for your time and effort to get in and get back to the kids, and that's what it's all about.
It is.
And it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of work sometimes, but it's a lot of fun work that you want to do. That's the cool thing about it.
And it's rewarding at the end of the day,
Oh,
right?
it is when you get back and you see what we've done and what they create, like the flowers downtown.
Yeah.
Working with the kids down at the park is always fun during 4th of July. The 5K to see all the people running and all that. That thing is growing and growing. I think that's been going on for 3 to 4 years now.
Yep.
And it's a Kurt Wiggins project, and he does a really good job at that.
Yeah, and then that way you don't have to run it yourself. You can just watch everybody else do it, right?
I tell you what, I just enjoy watching them run by. I'm thinking
You're doing real good. Keep on running.
Keep on going, even to the last person that comes. The one that the very last ones, hey, they beat me.
That's right.
They beat me.
My butt isn't out there doing it.
No. So it's a good time. But a lot of good things coming on for the summer for the Kiwanis. And if you're like any information, just give me a call and I'll get you hooked up.
You got it.
The car lot, always something going on with the car lot. Always something. I'm behind on stuff because I've been on a 2-week vacation. So
This is what happens when you're a business owner. You can just leave for 2
This is
weeks
my
and just
first-
do whatever you want, and
first
just
2 week
leave
va-
everybody to run the thing, and it's so easy.
well, I'm good on that. On that part, I can leave for 2 weeks and it's still there when I get back.
I'm being a smart aleck on that one.
Smart bet.
Yes.
I have never taken a 2-week vacation. I don't think of my whole life. I've never. In last week, or my family went on vacation for a week, and the second week we planned it where I could. We've been talking about playing golf with some of my buddies, and I thought, well,
All at the same time.
yeah, do it all the same time.
That's
so it worked
awesome.
out really good. The weather was fantastic in the 70s and 80s, and
Good.
And I was going to go to the Hilton Head Golf Tournament down there and Heritage, and we called to see about tickets. No tickets.
They said, you out.
Out. Sold out. He's laughing over there.
Why are you laughing?
I was laughing because as he was talking about the cars, or maybe a second after, a Carman ad popped up with a car behind him.
There you go. Just on cue.
Perfect time. But yeah, it was a really good vacation. Enjoyed it. Now I'm back to the grind.
Back to reality, so you can get caught up on a little bit of stuff, and
We got plenty of merchandise. I think we got about 75 vehicles in stock. We got Chevy trucks, we got Ford trucks, we got small trucks, we got Rangers, Colorados, crew cab Chevrolets, crew cab Fords, different prices, anything from 20 grand and down.
let me ask you this, because I was somewhere the other day. Oh, I know. We were at a restaurant in Chillicothe, and I saw this truck, and I was like, that's a really cool looking truck, but it wasn't like a big full-size truck, but it was like a good-sized truck. And
Mid-size?
so I looked at, and it said Ford on it. So is that a Ranger?
Yeah.
Do they make Rangers again?
They brought the Ranger out.
And do they make quad cab ones? Because it had 4 doors.
Yeah, I'm sure. And they also make another.
It was such a good looking truck.
Well, I'll tell you what, they also make another truck, and I haven't seen too many of these because they're very scarce, the Maverick truck.
Oh.
It could have been either a Ranger or a Maverick.
And there were 2 parked side by side, and they were like company trucks.
Yeah.
They had like, letters on them or whatever,
say
and
they're
they were really sharp.
I would say they're probably Rangers.
Okay.
They do make another truck. It's called a Maverick.
Okay.
Very small. It's a small truck too, but you just don't see them around.
But the Ranger, they stopped making for a while, right?
They did, but they reintroduced them.
Okay.
During all the COVID time when all this stuff, they just didn't make as many cars and trucks and things like that. So a lot of that stuff has been tough to find.
Gotcha.
So, you're starting to see more Rangers on the road now today than you did when they first introduced them.
Okay.
So,
And then Chevy has like the Colorados, kind of their
and
smaller size truck, right?
Yeah, it's the size of the Ranger and the GMC Canyon.
Canyon. Okay.
Yeah, the Canyons and the GMC, and then Colorado for Chevrolet.
And then they have the big trucks.
big trucks. And you got the 1500s, the F-150s, the Dodges, the Rams, which are, the Dodges make great trucks. They all make great trucks.
Yeah.
Some people are Ford, some people are Chevy.
It's just whatever your
It's just whatever
thing
you
is.
like. It's just whatever. I had somebody switched, a good friend of mine just switched from Ford to GMC truck.
Is that like a sin? I feel like that's like a sin in the guy code.
No, he just, he liked it. He just.
I am
wanted to
a
go
Ram guy. You will not get me out of anything else.
Well, I've had people like that.
Whew.
I said, well, that's easy to fix. You like the truck, right? Love the truck. It's just not a Ford. I said, we can fix that very easily. Hey, bring me that Ford F-150 emblem.
We'll just stick her right on there. You'll never know.
You'll never know the difference. Just change the emblem on it.
No, it is funny how people, especially with trucks, I
Yep.
think get in that lane and just will
that click,
not.
Yeah, they
get
won't
out.
switch from one to the other. And the other people are like that are the Toyota and Honda people. They're strictly either all Toyota or strictly all
Really? Okay.
Honda.
Yeah, I guess
I've
I can see that
I've
too.
come across that. Now, GM, Ford, they'll bump from anything from one to the other. If they like the car, they like the vehicle they like. But there's a lot of vehicles out there, different makes and models, crew cabs, vans, SUVs. Cars are kind of becoming almost a thing of the past because they're quit making a lot of cars anymore.
I was going to ask you that. If nothing less than like one of these like little crossover vehicles or something. Pretty much everything that people drive is an SUV today.
Pretty well,
right?
And they're making a lot of more. And I didn't buy them at first, the front-wheel drive SUVs, because they weren't all-wheel drive. I think, well, everybody wants an SUV for all-wheel drive.
And that's not the case
And
necessarily.
they're making a lot more front-wheel drive SUVs. We just sold one front-wheel drive Escape the other day.
It probably goes just about as good as the all-wheel drive.
Yeah, it does. As long as you got a little weight in the front end, good tires, they'll go about anywhere.
Yeah.
So it saves you a little weight on the car, so it should get a little better gas mileage. So we're seeing a lot of that. And
let's just be honest. How much, James and I were talking about this the other day. How much snow do we really get around here anymore?
not hardly any at all. Four-wheel drives are mainly for people. I can understand all-wheel drives if you live on top of a hill.
Yeah.
I've had customers say, I got to have all-wheel drive, even though we don't have that much snow. We live on a really top hill.
Yeah.
I can understand that.
Like my driveway gets kind of dicey because it's just long.
Yeah. Or the other one is nurses and doctors. They got to have all-wheel drive.
They got to be able to get where they're going.
Yeah, if you got to
no
get to
matter
work.
what.
If you're, if you're in that type of, job, you have to be to work.
Yeah.
So, I don't care how much snow's on the ground.
So do you find, so the Ford Bronco, you're seeing that out and about now. So, but are people either Jeep people or Bronco people or?
It's
because there's all these Jeep Wranglers out there, and now
bunch
Ford introduced the Bronco again, and I could see where there's a big feud there too.
I see more Jeeps right now because that's what we've been selling. The Bronco's only been out for 2-3 years.
Fairly new.
Yeah, fairly new.
And they're very
and there's been more Jeeps out there, and a lot of people love to get out in the Jeeps, and they got the big Jeep deals today where they meet, and about 5, 10, 15, 20 of them meet, and they go on these big long rides, which is cool. And so we still sell a lot of Jeep Wranglers. They're still really popular.
Yeah.
And as far as Broncos, we haven't had a Bronco yet.
Well, here's the deal with the Bronco. So I was just curious the other day. They are so sweet. But I was like, and we have one out on the lot that James and I drool over every day. Somebody that works here drives one. It's so cool.
I can hook you up with
See,
one.
this is why you don't tell Carman things like this, because the next thing I know, there's going to be a Bronco sitting on my driveway. But
tomorrow.
But no, so Jamie and I were like driving to Columbus or Chillicothe one day. I'm like, I wonder how much a Bronco costs. Like, so you can get online and start pricing them, and
they are not cheap.
oh my God, I was like, never mind. I could buy 2 houses for that.
You
but.
better wait till I get a good used one
Yeah,
for you.
so, but no, and I understand why people aren't out mud running probably their Broncos because they're.
People are nuts, though.
They are.
I tell you what, I'll tell you a story. They came back out with the Hummers in the GMC division, but it's all electric.
Which makes no sense to me, but they're super powerful, aren't they?
They're super powerful.
They're supposed to be really
this
sweet.
This guy brought a brand new one. And the first thing he did, he took it off road and totaled it. He bent the frame, totaled it. Over $100,000 vehicle. Now, that guy's got more money than he has brains.
Yeah.
I would not take a $100,000 vehicle brand new off the road.
No, or out of the garage.
and bend the frame is unbelievable.
Holy moly.
I don't think he had 500 miles on the thing.
Oh my gosh, that's
unbelievable. But
well, we talked about it when we were out at the Honda shop that day, doing the remote, where they have those really cool side-by-side vehicles now. But I mean, you can get into the $40,000-$50,000 range with those, and people literally take them and just take them right into the mud and the whatever. And I'm like, I guess that's what they're for. But
those things are cheap. They're 30, 40, 50. I mean, they're a lot of that stuff anymore is
they're so 40. Cool, but it's like, oh.
Wow, that is a lot of money.
I would just sit it in the garage and pet it.
Yeah, or look at it.
Yeah.
Well,
aren't you
a lot
pretty?
of people are buying a lot of high-end cars, which is nothing wrong with that. I mean, if that's what you want. But, you just got to love what you do when you take it out.
And that's the whole thing. If that's what you want to do, cool.
I saw, we were in Lancaster yesterday for a basketball tournament. And anyway, when we were going through the city, it looked like an old Jeep Wrangler. But they do make something like an old Jeep Wrangler, and I can't think of the name of the company. My son-in-law was telling me about it. I looked around, I said, man, that looks like a Jeep Wrangler. He says, well, it's not. It's a off-road package Jeep. It looks like a Jeep, but it's some company. But it looks identical like the old World War II Jeeps.
That's fun.
Yeah, but they're not. You can't drive them on the road.
Oh, okay. So it's like to take out.
Yeah,
and
just an SUV or
go
just
on the trails
go
or
on
whatever.
the trails and stuff. But I thought, man, that looks like a World War II Jeep.
That's fun.
Yeah, really. So
yeah, very
somebody's
cool.
taken that concept and made it into a off-road package, I guess.
Smart. Why don't we think of stuff like that?
Oh, yeah, really. Brains.
Dang it.
But,
so what's your favorite car on the lot right now? I ask you this every time you come in.
Well, I got trucks are really, we got some really good looking trucks, some really nice Nissan. I got a really nice Nissan Rogue down there, silver, really sharp, good miles, good clean car. Price, I don't have the price right off the top of my head, but of course I got a convertible wise. I have a couple of really nice convertibles. I got a really nice Chrysler 2-door. It's got the hardtop convertible.
Oh, that's such a good idea.
Oh, my goodness. This car is sharp. It's a locally owned car. I bought it at the sale off of one of the new car dealers here in town. And anyway, it is a cool car. It's got good miles, good price, under 10 grand. And then if you're looking for the super, super sharp car, I got the Corvette convertible, black, with black leather interior with 90,000 miles. That is sharp, too.
Yes, it is.
And that's a good-looking car.
What kind of price do you have on that one?
I think we got $22,900 on that.
Okay.
$22,900 on the convertible on the Corvette.
Cool.
I think she would look good in it, don't you? Mm-hmm. Do you have any play toys? You don't have a play toy. Your play toy is downtown. I know that.
Yes, that's my problem. Is I don't have time for a play toy.
You got to get that thing open so you can
splurge
a little bit on yourself. And another thing I bought for somebody and they didn't buy it. No big deal. I bought it for an individual, but right now it wasn't the perfect fit. But I got this beautiful Corvette. Oh, I got that too.
He's got a beautiful Corvette.
I got a beautiful black transit van cargo.
Cargo van. You can't find cargo vans.
No, you can't. I ran into this one. I just bought it on a whim because the dealer had it and had like 60,000 miles.
Which is unheard of.
Really. I mean, most of them, I don't care if you look at a used cargo van, it's amazing how much, or 150 to 200, 300,000 miles on
because that's the point. They're delivery vans for the most part,
or
work vans or whatever. Yeah.
And this was a one-owner van, and it's black with gray vinyl interior, and it's loaded up, tilt cruise windows, locks. I mean, it's just kind of unheard of in a cargo van too, and it's got low miles.
Yep.
So, and if anybody has a company that needs a cargo van to haul stuff in it, perfect. So
Yep.
It's a flat top too. It's not the high top.
Yeah.
So
you could fit it in a garage easy or whatever.
Oh yeah. I mean, the good thing about it, it's easy to operate, and it's got the.
It's got a
doors.
backup camera. Doesn't
Yes,
it? Yeah.
I think it does. It has a backup camera. It also has the screen door, or the door where you can open up the back, so for safety, for if you got equipment, and it has shelves in it too. So if you got stuff, like you're a construction or a plumber or whatever,
Right.
perfect for that stuff. And if you don't want the stuff in the back end, you can take it all out.
Yeah.
So it's all cool. It's a nice truck, a very nice truck. Ford T350, I think is what they call Transit.
Transit, yeah.
Good looking van.
Yeah.
Looking van. And I got a really nice Chrysler Town and Country, white with a black leather interior. We just got in.
Okay.
And-
Right in time for vacation season.
Oh my God, yeah. In fact, I would have taken it on vacation, but it wasn't ready and serviced when I just bought it just before I left. Because I love taking those things on vacation. They're great on gas miles, those Chrysler Town.
And they're so comfortable.
Oh, they're comfortable. And
Yeah.
this one is just perfect. I mean, you got storage. You've got a lot, when you go on a vacation, you got oodles and oodles of luggage and stuff with kids, and these things are perfect. I don't care if you even retired. They're just great to take on vacations.
Well, and you know what? I know a lot of retired folks, now that you've mentioned that buy the transit or the minivans because they say they're easy to get in and out of. They're at the right
low.
height.
They're low.
They're
You're
not. You
right.
don't have to jump up in them, or you don't have to like dip down in them like cars. They're just like right at the right height.
Perfect getting in and
And
out.
you have the doors on the side, so you can get groceries in and out. Like they're just super convenient.
Well, you got your remote now. You can hit your remote. Your tailgate will rise. So if you can put the back seats down. So if you got a lot of stuff you got to put in the back end,
Yeah.
you can do
So
that.
all that.
And the sliding doors is perfect for kids to get in and out. If you're right, and serviceability, very reasonable. I mean, the tires are very reasonable to replace. As far as oil changes, things like that. It's not one of those real high-priced cars. We got about 20-inch tire. It's got the standard tires, so they're really cool. And like I said, gas mileage is fantastic on them.
Yeah. So and you can't beat it.
And in the wintertime, front-wheel drive.
Yeah, they go.
They go. So
Absolutely.
it's and that you can do anything with those things. Put all the seats down the back. If you're hauling stuff in, I mean, it's a perfect little van for everything.
Yeah, I mean, we sold a couch one time, and they came and got it in a minivan.
Yeah.
And I was like, "There's no way that's going to fit in there." It fit right in there. I was like, what?
It's crazy what you can put in those things.
Yeah. So
it
there you
really
go.
is. And far as like SUVs, we got Chevys, we got Fords, we got Toyotas, we got Nissans, we got a little bit of everything in SUVs.
What are are there any like cars out and about right now that are selling more, like that you're seeing like at the auction or, being traded around that are kind of like popular right now or that are going like for crazy prices and you're like, what?
Yeah, really, that's kind of funny, but everything's been kind of equal out there. I haven't seen anything knocking the door down. You know what I mean? As far as anything,
Is it harder for you to find vehicles still, or are they getting their chip situation taken care of and all of this?
Believe it or not, I was watching TV. I saw a new car ad last night, a new car dealer advertising new F-150s, 21s.
Wait, 21s?
Exactly. That's what I said. I looked on that TV, and he had 2021 brand new trucks. So I'm thinking those date back when the chip deal, where they couldn't get any chips, were leftover trucks. If you've seen pictures of vehicles and trucks in fields waiting for chips. So I'm thinking that's what those trucks are finally starting to come out.
It's funny. It's not a lie. It's a new truck per se.
No,
it's just not a new year.
Yeah, well, that's the thing.
So that truck would be like 3 years old.
Yeah, but it's brand new, still 21.
Interesting.
So I saw a new car dealer have that, advertising that yesterday. And I thought, wow, that's pretty wild.
You think that there would be some deals to be had out, if you really wanted a new vehicle, I guess.
Well, those vehicles went up 2 years now. They went up in price, generally in price.
Yeah.
So, so I'm still seeing that. And there are some shortages still in certain cars, but basically now I think everything's starting to mellow down. They're starting to see coming back. I saw a lot of, from Hilton Head, I saw a lot of new car dealers have plenty of cars in stock, the bigger dealers are getting a lot more cars.
Well, and that works out for you
Which is
because
good.
here's the deal. Like, there aren't used cars if there aren't new cars, right?
Exactly.
So people can't buy anything. They can't.
And I don't blame anybody. Anybody wants to buy a brand new car. Hey, I understand completely. But there are people that don't want to spend $40,000, $50,000, $60,000, $80,000 for a new car.
Correct.
Or $100,000.
I think one of the coolest things that you can do, and we've taken advantage of this over the years, that you can go to like the off-lease sales.
Yeah.
So people lease a vehicle. Number one, they have to keep them nice.
They keep them good shape.
Or they get fined.
Or they get fined.
They can't put a ton of miles on them or they get fined.
Yep.
They have to keep them in good shape. And, there's still maybe a 2 or 3 year old vehicle, but it's almost new.
Believe it or not, those cars are just starting to come back out. The last 3 years, there hadn't been any off-lease vehicles.
Because, again, there haven't been any new vehicles.
There haven't been any vehicles. So, believe it or not, GM is starting to run, at one of the auctions I go to, they're running at least 60 to 100 off-lease vehicles. So, they're starting to come, they used to run 2 to 3 to 500 or more.
Gotcha.
But now we're starting to see the return. So, we're back on the right road. It's just taking time. And prices are starting to, some are still high because they're still hard to find. Good, clean, low mileage cars are still bringing good money, and they always will.
Yeah.
That's just how that works. I don't care whether it's truck, car, SUV. If it's good and clean, you're going to pay out the yang for it. But you're getting what you want.
Well, and if you want it, then that's the thing. If you're picky like me,
yeah.
He just loves trying to find me a vehicle.
Well,
it's like 8 months later, we're still looking.
I've had like you. I've had other customers. I had a lady looking for a Cadillac.
I don't like that radio. Sorry.
I had
He's
a lady.
like, really?
I had a lady looking for a Cadillac. She wanted a Cadillac Escalade. A certain color, certain miles. I looked for that thing probably 2 to 3 years, and I ran into it here a few months back, and I bought it on a whim because I thought, well, hopefully she hadn't bought anything. I called her and said, I got this real nice Escalade with like 52,000 miles, brand new. I mean, it's a $100,000 car when it's brand new.
Yeah.
For half the money,
yeah.
3/4 of the money. She bought it in a whim. She said, hey, that's what I've been looking for. You finally found it.
Hey.
So if you look long enough, you'll find it.
Yep.
They're out there. You just got to be patient. Patient. It's like, JJ, he was looking for a Mustang convertible. You think those things would be all around the place.
Wouldn't you? Yeah.
It took me a while to find one.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny. Well, you're looking picky. You're trying to be picky, buy the right models.
Well, and that's the thing. If you just go and you need a vehicle, then you just, what's the best deal you have on the lot and
Right.
like whatever. But if you're picky about it, then
then
you deserve what you get.
Yeah, it's just
That's
certain
okay.
It's just certain cars. I pay a little bit more for the ones that are lower mileage and clean because they're good cars.
Yeah.
Where do you find them? Everybody can find it. I mean, believe it or not, we're seeing a lot more cars with 200,000 miles than 300,000 miles.
And it's so funny. I can remember even being younger and being like, oh God, my car passed 100,000.
Yeah,
That's
dead.
That's the end of it. And I couldn't tell you how many miles are on my car now. Like I don't pay 1 ounce of attention to it because it doesn't matter.
It doesn't
anymore.
make it anymore. As long as you're changing oil, doing the service and things you need to the car, your car's going to last longer.
Yep.
That's the whole key. If you come in complaining about your car, it's a piece of junk and, it's running bad. And I think, well, when was the last time you changed oil, the filters in the car and all that stuff and did a good service on them?
Well, what was it that was going on with my car? I brought it out to your place and the guys were like the plugs or something needed all replaced because it had
Spark
hit
plugs.
100 and some thousand miles. And they're like, it's just due for
Well,
that kind of stuff. And I'm like, oh,
well,
I didn't know.
Well, if a car's running good, leave it alone.
Yeah.
But you got to look at it sooner. Like when 100,000 hits, believe it or not, spark plugs are going 100,000 miles.
Sure.
But they finally do wear out. And time you replace them and put new wires, you're good to go for a while.
Yeah.
And it's just like tires. Cool. Tires, if you rotate them and make sure they got air in them, you'll get, sometimes tires will go 60, 70,000 miles on tires. As long as you're doing the checking
doing the
air
right
in the
stuff.
tire. Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, that's a good thing, with oil and the synthetics and all the crap they add in oil
That's
now,
why cars
whatever.
are lasting longer now.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I mean, like transmission fluids, used to check transmissions or change it. Now they're all inclusive where they're locked up. You don't change oil or in them or service them anymore.
Yeah, you used to have to go get your transmission serviced like you did your oil change, right?
You don't do that anymore. A lot of them are just no place to check. I've had people come and say, hey, where do you check the transmission fluid? You don't.
Don't touch it.
Don't touch it.
Please don't touch it.
I always say if it's running fine, don't do anything to them.
Exactly. If it ain't broke,
Other
don't
than
fix
if it
it.
needs oil change, stuff like that. You got to do that. But,
well, cool.
and also, we've been talking about cars and stuff. We do have a service department out there Monday through Friday from 9 to 5. We do oil changes, brake jobs, stuff like that. So,
yeah.
And Jason, just call Jason or Blake out there and we'll get you hooked up, get you an appointment, get you in.
That's right. All out at Carman's. Call them at, it's 286-0715.
Yep.
Do you still have the 288 cars number as well?
288 cars.
288 cars.
Or 28. And also the internet, carmansusedcars.com. Got about everything
Awesome
on
website.
There. Perfect to look for your cars and also fill out a credit application, send it in. So very good at website.
You got it. All right. Well, thank you for spending your morning with us.
10 o'clock.
Can you believe it?
Man, the time has went fast. Now,
it has.
It's time for breakfast.
Oh, man.
Time for food.
Time for food. It's always time for food, isn't it?
All the time.
Well, Carman, once again, congratulations on being selected as Grand Marshal this year's Apple Festival.
I'm so proud to be a part of the Apple Festival.
You deserve it, and thank you for all you do for the community.
Thank you.
And we wanted to give you a good shout out today.
I appreciate it. Yeah. I'm shocked you brought that up this morning.
I told you I didn't tell him why he was coming in.
Well, anytime you call, you need me. I'm always here.
You're a good buddy.
Well, we always have a good time.
We do. That's fun. All right. Well, have a great day, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. Weather looking pretty good for the next couple of days. Some sunshine and warmer temperatures in the forecast. So thank you for watching, and we'll be right back here tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Thanks.
This just in.
The Telegram News has a new website.
thetelegrammnews.com.
Same dedicated coverage.
Same trustworthy news with a brand new look.
Covering Jackson and Benton counties and surrounding areas.
Locally owned and operated, thetelegrammnews.com has its finger on the pulse of the community.
Stay up to date on local events, high school sports, and breaking news.
thetelegrammnews.com.
Subscribe today at thetelegrammnews.com.
Check it out.